if you go out on a Saturday and you really plan your day. So if you plan like Goodwill, Salvation Army, library, used bookstore, like if you have like 10 locations you're going to hit in one day, and granted, you might only hit one location because it's so good and that's going to yield you most of your books. But in one Saturday, you could easily make 500 to 1,000 profit if you put work in. And if you find a good deal, like a preacher's collection that was, a private collection he passed, that can be worth, several $1,000s. So it's all about finding the gems. 10% of Amazon sales are book sales. It's about finding the good books. Stop by David's.
I would start with people I know, like I taught my uncle how to sell books. He was out in California, and for a while, all he did was just like hit up his friends and stuff and just go to their houses and scan through all their books.
Literally the best inventory because nobody else has scanned it yet. If you go to your local thrift, they've likely watched a YouTube video or they've been in the game for a while, so your local thrifts could be picked over. Whereas, my mom just landed a deal, $800 profit from a friend who works at a thrift store who got a donation from someone who passed. And so she got the raw donated books, didn't pay anything for them, listed them, and they're $800 gross profit. She's probably sold 200 or 300 already. When buying a pallet, what do you do with all the ones that are not sold?
For me, it's going to look a lot different for everyone else because this is sort of a unique situation for us. But we have wholesale buyers for all of our duds, depending on what they are. So we have people who buy kids' books from us. We have people who buy non-ISBN books, ISBN books, magazines. Like it's like sort of splitting up all the different parts of a cow. Like we have buyers for every single part of it. Yeah. Except VHS. Like I sold I sold 2 pallets of VHS actually for the first time ever in my career. Can you believe it? 2 gays of VHS. And I got like I think I sold them for like $120 a pallet, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it sold to do you guys have you guys ever been to a smash room where they give you a bat and goggles and you just smash stuff?
I think I saw you and Caleb or somebody go. Somebody,
yeah.
one of my
friends. Someone wanted it for a smash room, so apparently they smash really well.
Yeah, there was somebody telling me about that, like how cathartic it was, like how it just released so much pent up emotion. And I'm like, growing up, me and my friends were really weird. Like we would take microwaves. I'm not even gonna tell the whole story. Taylor knows the whole story, but we would just like smash microwaves and we'd make bonfires in the woods. Good times. But so
why don't you tell me what you did at the bonfire at our Airbnb?
I hit you with these.
I'll tell you what you did. Dave, listen to this. So we rented an Airbnb for the 4th of July and spent like $500.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about the other Airbnb, Tulsa.
We spent like $500 on Phantom fireworks, and it was a blast, but it was not enough for Avery. At 1 a.m, he's like, no, we need propane tanks. We're going to throw on this fucking bonfire. And I'm like, Avery, if that explodes, it could literally ricochet and break a window in the house. We're not buying a propane tank. And I was literally fighting with him for like an hour. And finally, he gives in, but he still bought.
Taylor looks up propane tanks. The propane tanks are like the size of a couch that you like fill cars up with gas. He's looking those up. And I'm like, dude, this is like a little camping.
So listen, I knew it would have been bad. Anyways, he buys those little like travel hairspray cans. And I'm like, at 2 a.m, I'm like, I'm going to bed. I hear a freaking on my window.
And he's on the second floor.
Hairspray cans are nailing my porch and window at this Airbnb.
It was one can.
Avery is reckless for the 4th of July. Be very careful.
Dude, this is a pretty intense story coming from the guy who's going to jump off the 3rd story of the Airbnb in Costa Rica.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in that moment, I was like, why is Taylor the one telling me not to do this? And I'm like, oh, the Airbnb in his name finally. Like at Miami Sellers Conference, the second year, I did most of the planning for that, like the logistics and stuff. And like, I'm worried about cleaning the place and all this. And Taylor's like on the ground, just like, oh. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to help with this. So
I
it
was-
kind of like the tables turned. I'm like, all right, now it's my turn to be the irresponsible one.
Yo, that was a lot of fun. Dave, if you want to come, I feel Avery, we should do that again this 4th of July.
We need to do that again,
Yeah, we
but we
should.
need like 4 times the amount of fireworks.
And like 5 times the amount of people.
Yeah, that was good vibes out there.
Can you put that comment back up there for him?
Yeah. Jamison, how much sharing did you do? Or not sharing, but I guess sharing. Like how much I know you've done deals with people at ASD where you've done wholesale buyouts. Did you do anything similar to that, like that at Miami Sellers Conference where you met people and then proceeded to do wholesale buys with them?
No. But I did make some money with the guy I met at Miami Seller Conference. He comes to Vegas like 3-4 times a year for work. And so when he came to Vegas a few months back, we went to the casino. We both stuck $50 in a video poker machine, and we did a 50-50 split, and we won $4,000 on a slot machine. So I did make money with somebody at Miami Seller Conference.
Wow.
I'm gonna share
It
this
just
screen.
wasn't selling on Amazon.
Exactly, yeah. And we got paid up front.
So quick overview of the speaker lineup, guys. Everyone watching on YouTube. We got Watch Me Amazon.
This is
He is-
stacked lineup. This is
Yeah.
a stacked lineup.
So we got Watch Me Amazon. He rarely goes to events, so we got him and Amazon Lit at the same event. So that's really interesting having both them there because in my eyes, they're kind of like the wholesale OGs. There's other people up and coming, but they've been the ones doing it for like 10 plus years, probably 15 years, like you, David. And then we got Warner Fields, Miles. They live right across the street, so they'll be able to walk to the venue this year. They've been coming to our events ever since the very beginning. So, and now, honestly, a lot of the attendees are probably going to be from their audiences. So that's pretty cool. Mr. Jones, myself, Reezy Resells is coming back. We got Tim, who's got 20 VAs doing $10 million a year with online arbitrage. He doesn't really work much on his business. It's pretty systematized. So unlike actually Warner has a similar business model where his VA is fine, but Miles just really buys a lot of his product from like his network. He's got such a big network that he leverages that. But Miles and Soros both have virtual assistants. And I think he's going to talk. I want Tim to talk about he's doing it's like an event for all of his employees. So he has 20 employees. He's inviting all of them in the Philippines and just throwing a super nice event for them, which is really cool. Me and Taylor might do something like that low key after Miami Sellers Conference for ours. But I kind of want him to actually talk about that because I think he's really good at leading teams and just getting people motivated, giving proper incentive structures, all that kind of stuff. Eric with Amazon Lit doing $4 million a month. They've been crushing it. Both of them will be there, Eric and Sebastian. Joji Davenport doing 100K profit. Textbook flips. Vishal doing $800,000 a month out of Canada. So him and David will probably be on a panel together. And I want to put Vishal in front of everyone. So he said he was nervous, David, about talking in front of everyone. So I said David can go up there with you.
Dude, Vishal knows his stuff. And the crazy thing is, like, I listened to the podcast you guys did. What was it, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And Vishal and his partner, they're sharp guys. Like, they were working at top like accounting and consulting firms prior to doing this business. They're like probably some of the smartest people I know in the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My cousin said he was the best looking on the page for whatever that's worth. And then we got Fast Track FBA. Super excited to have him again. He's a world traveler. It's really cool to have people like this. Like he's kind of like a Taylor in Rome of the Roamer type where he just, wants to travel the world. And so that's our people. Corey Gannum, this kid's popped off recently. He paid to come to Miami last year, and this year he's speaking.
He kind of looks like Mark Zuckerberg a little bit, just a little bit.
Reezy told me that he looks more like Mark Zuckerberg than I do, so I took that as a compliment. Then we got Chris Grant, OG in the online arbitrage space. Miami local here, Alexis. I met him there back when I moved to Miami in 2020. He's an 8-figure seller.
Wow.
You know, it's surprising how many 8-figure sellers either pay for tickets for Miami Sellers Conference or just end up being there. I guess you don't just end up being there, but there is one guy that just ended up being there last year, and it was the DJ's cousin. The DJ was like, "Hey, can I invite my cousin? He's got a little Amazon business." Turns out, dude's doing $10 million a year wholesale. So
all stolen goods. No,
Kevin Peterson, private label seller, so we get some private label representation in the house. And a lot of Amazon sellers do have the goal of eventually doing private labels, so he'll be there. Javier, another Miami local. Garrett, part of the Buy Box Bandits. I don't even want to say it on live, but he still works a job, which is really interesting, and I have some opinions about that. But he's a hustler. He's a software engineer and super data-driven and sells 7 figures annually. Cade Peterson, you want to talk about him, Taylor? Cade?
Yeah, Cade. I mean, he's blowing up on social media right now, and doing. I mean, that's Trevin's brother, and actually, they recently put together a program for the Amazon product reviewing, and they're crushing it. Like, I think he's bringing in at least $10,000 a month, like income, straight income on reviewing products.
And that's not like
that's
if you hear
not
an Amazon seller say they're doing $100,000 a month, they're probably making 10, 15K. But with this, if you're making 10K a month, you're making 10K a month.
Yeah, and then it's crazy too because they're literally reaching out to people and like getting like free like $500 like electric scooters, like blenders, like whatever you want. You just like, hey, you guys want a free review, and then like they're getting like anything on Amazon for free, and then review. It's like it's really cool. So I don't know exactly what he's going to be. I don't know if you've talked to him about Avery about what he's going to talk about, but I'm guessing they're going to probably. He loves personal development. He's really good at talking about that, so he'll probably talk about that.
Yeah, I wanted to share about. He just grew. So I used to brag about him growing to 100K followers. You can see it says 100K. Dude, he's probably at 200K now. I checked last week and he was at 189K. So his Instagram's blowing up in a time where it's hard to grow on Instagram. So he's definitely doing something right.
Yeah.
We got Rake and Profit. He's got over 170,000 subs on YouTube. He also built an eBay to Amazon business doing six figures profit. And so he'll have a lot of his people come through. Jamison Philippi.
Woo! Yes.
An amazing talk last year.
Yes. Yes. I want you to make a sound that unleashes you.
And so last year, Jamison shared a really inspiring story, his story about how he went from being a drug addict to basically building like a 7-figure Amazon business. And, you know, when you see all these people selling on Amazon, you know, some of these people you just are like, they're built different. You know, you might look at Eric and be like, he's got a warehouse doing, and even Eric, like, I mean, a lot of people had rough upbringings. Eric could tell you more about that, but like almost all these people are bootstrapped for the most part, which is really inspiring. But hearing the story of, you know, someone come from nothing and like the cool stuff Jamison shared on our podcast, but your talk was fucking amazing last year, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Might have to do something similar to that again. I wouldn't be opposed to like, maybe if you want to do the same thing, honestly, like, you know, sometimes it gets kind of boring people talking about like buy box statistics, this, that, and to hear the story of the progression, you know, it's definitely moving. So excited to have you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
100%. Then we got FBA Michaela, just so we invited 2 girls so we wouldn't get canceled. No, I'm just kidding. FBA Michaela, savage. She's doing wholesale. And she is doing a lot of real estate flips. I wish you were on the pod, Taylor, with her. She was talking a lot about how she's putting her money, and she's actually using a lot of other people's money to build her real estate business. But I might have her talk about real estate because I know a lot of Amazon sellers want to get in there.
You actually really should.
Yeah. And so like real estate in the context of taking your Amazon profit and putting it into something else. Because as we all know, Amazon's pretty risky. John's a bulk bookseller turned OA. So he's a good resource to have. A lot of booksellers will be there. And, you know, if you're considering OA, this is someone who went from books to OA. So it'll be nice to have him there. Rebecca Martinez, find it, flip it. She's popping off on Instagram right now. We just interviewed her a few pods ago. And she's doing retail arbitrage. And getting hella views on Instagram. So excited to have her. Dave can read, 15 years in the game.
Right.
Make a noise that
Books.
unleashes you.
A gem to the community. He was, he's obviously here on the pod right now, but was also a part of the Scout IQ team at the very end. Helped a lot with the development of Pilot IQ. He talked about software last year, and this year we'll see, but definitely something about books and running an operation. We'll kind of see like what the audience looks like, but I think you and Vishal are going to do something together, and people are going to love having you there. And then we got Nick, who is from TikTok. He actually reached out to us, and you can see he's doing over $4 million a year wholesale. I asked if this guy was legit or not in a group text that I have with Amazon sellers, and Flips for Miles says he is. So he's Flips for Miles approved. So I trust it. And
the fun game that we're going to play is one of the speakers is a scammer, and you guys have to guess which one. No,
oh, man, that's amazing.
Oh, my God.
Just one?
Imagine if we paid for how you paid for that Miami seller or what was that thing that you like Amazon Savages podcast. Imagine if we had that.
Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast. Hear the stories of
Imagine if we had that voice and now Dave can read 15 years on Amazon. I'm out of Denver, Colorado. And, to intro everybody for the event, that would be actually really funny.
Dude, all you need is a DJ who can MC with a really good radio voice.
Yeah.
That would be actually really funny.
Yeah, that's actually on the list.
It's not beyond the reach. I mean, I think if we sell enough tickets, you can splurge on a DJ who can MC, right?
This will be the
You
first
think
year.
you can get DJ Khaled?
We the best.
That'll be $500K.
It's where all the money goes. It's the whole budget, $100K on DJ Khaled for 10 minutes. Yeah, so that's Miami Sellers Conference speaker lineup. So all those people are gonna be in the room. They're gonna be at the after party. They're gonna be in the events all weekend. I guarantee you'll get to meet these people and connect with them. So super excited for that. And I just love having the speakers there. Like, I know you know Vishal already, but I'm just excited for you guys to talk to each other. You and Reezy, I don't know. I just I like seeing that. There's Vishal and Reezy and Dave can read all in the corner. It's just cool. And so super pumped for this year. MiamiSellersConference.com. Get your tickets before the prices go up. We will be raising prices probably towards the end of February. So now is the cheapest price you can get it.
And I mean, lock it down now so you can find the best flight deals.
Oh yeah.
You can book the hotel. Jamison, you said a great rate.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and flights were super cheap too.
Yeah.
Remember
How much were your flights from Vegas to Miami?
I think it was for 300 something for 2 tickets round trip, direct flight.
Really not bad.
Yeah. No, yeah. When Avery first announced the dates, I was checking flights 5 minutes after, and it was $1,100 a ticket. And I was just yeah, dude, there's no way I'm going this year. I'm not paying freaking $2,200 for tickets plus hotel, blah, blah, blah. And then a month ago I checked and I was like, damn, dude, they went down by 7-8 times the price. They were down to $150 to $175 direct flight round trip. And I was like, sweet. And then I grabbed them and yeah, they went down a lot.
I realized traveling the last few years, flights are really cheap, February, March, April. And then they get really expensive the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So,
summer break, everyone's traveling. So
yeah, exactly.
Is Tim coming? Tim from Philly?
Yeah, I need to add him to the website. Actually, we're gonna throw him on a panel this year. Him and
I'm excited to see everyone.
Sawyer. There's this kid doing. I guess Tim's doing. How much is Tim doing a year? $3 million.
Dude, he's crushing it too.
No. I think he's doing. 5 to 6 million.
Okay, Sawyer's doing 8 figures as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, Tim showed me his account. I think he did 700,000 in last December alone. Yeah, it was so funny. Him and his girl came over and played cards. They were skiing, and we're in Salt Lake, so he stopped by and what did he say? I don't even. Actually, never mind. I don't even remember.
You remember? Quit lying.
I was gonna say a joke, and then I don't know if like this is even appropriate, but like.
Well, we'll save it for Miami then. If you want to hear this joke, come to Miami.
You can always count on Dave to keep it.
There's such a.
I wouldn't even say it wasn't PG. Just inappropriate. Why would you be inappropriate?
I don't know. I'm trying to be appropriate, respectful. I really do, even though I'm crazy. But, yeah. I forgot, Dave. Yeah, you came to the mastermind. We're all homies. I totally forgot. Did you see? Yeah. So good times. Good times.
I'm excited to see everyone.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. MiamiSellersConference.com. Go follow these two right here. We got Dave Can Read on Instagram and Jamison Philippi on Instagram as well, and Facebook. That's PHI.
Oh, hey.
In MySpace.
Let's touch at the corner, guys. James. Wrong way, bro.
Oh shit.
Oh, daddy.
All right, y'all. See you in Miami.
All right, peace.